Yo, 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 what's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? You know who this is, the chosen one, Gabriel Skywalker from the DFS Club, coming to you with the NBA main slate video. Um, NFL today was just a complete and utter, how should I put this nicely? Dumpster fire, maybe? Do you guys see the top scorers? Andy Dalton, P. Ryan. I'm just like, okay, this is just getting dumb. But you know what made up for it, guys? The NBA slate. So, at the DFS Club, we did really well. Um, During our members only podcast, we do them before every slate about an hour before lock. Um, we talk about who we're paying up for, who's good value, who's good mint here. So just by the members only podcast, guys, I threw this together while we were doing the podcast. Curry, Neto, I can't believe Neto got 40 fantasy points. I told my members, I said, if he gets 20, be happy with that. Levine, Sexton, Ingram, Johnson went off. Sabonis could have done better. Even Zion could have done better. And if I would have not had Wiseman and got somebody else, this would be probably a 400-point lineup. But 372 tonight was a really good score. So just from our members only podcast, man, I mean, you get lineups, you get the cheat sheets, the projections, the ownership. But when we break it down, guys, it helps everybody out. And this was the other one I put together for the club, cashed at 335. As you can see, I faded LeBron and went with Steph. And then with this one here, I just did more of like a balanced approach. So, yeah, guys, dfsclub.com. 4 days left. Our holiday deals are still up, and you get every single sport: NBA, NFL, MLB, PGA, NHL, tennis, NASCAR, soccer, esports, MMA, WNBA, college sports, even EuroLeague basketball. Click join now, guys. Click on my logo, Skywalker DFS, and you get every single sport. And look at these prices, guys. We ain't playing. 60% off for a month. Who does $10 a month for every single sport? Let alone, I challenge you, who does it for one? Nobody. 44% off for 6 months, 53% off for a full year, guys. Take advantage of these prices while they last. So it's a little nice gift from us to you. You know, this is affordable for everybody. NHL's coming up, and it's just a welcome to a normal NBA season. You know what I'm saying? Well, besides having no fans, but you know what I mean. In the stadiums, not in a bubble. It's a different feeling, um, and it's great. It's already been more entertaining, man. But a lot of upsets tonight, so that was kind of good to see that some of these teams like Brooklyn aren't superhuman. They're human. But yeah, guys, dfsclub.com. We are all over the news with Embiid and with Cat. But for some weird reason, I knew Embiid wasn't going to play. I was like, it's a back to back. Why would they play him? And then boom, they waited until the last second. But man, we have so many members. I don't even know how many we have. It just grows by the day. Welcome to all the new members. Welcome to all you future members. dfsclub.com. All right, so let me close this up. Oh man, I was just seeing there. We got about 300 members, guys. All right. So let's get into the slate. Believe it's a 5 gamer. Yep, 5 game slate. So let's start tonight. We'll do something different. We'll go center. So Anthony Davis didn't play. But if he plays today, he's 10-1. I mean, not a bad play. Going up against Portland. Last time he played him, he got 64 fantasy points, which is awesome, which is what you want when you're paying for anybody for 10K. Now, on this slate, he's probably not my favorite pay up. Probably not even close, but just he might play. Maybe just took a day off. We'll see. 10.1K. Next up, Jokic at 9-8. Much rather go here. Great matchup against Houston, guys. Houston, again, I believe is going to be down all those players down to a 9-man rotation again. So all their scoring is going to be through Harden um, and James Harden, right? um, but yeah, so Jokic should not have a problem. He should absolutely feast. Even with the full Houston Rockets team, no Boogie Cousins, right? Boogie won't be there. 60 last time. So if he gets a 70 burger, I wouldn't be surprised. Just hopefully it stays close. Jokic at 9-8, absolutely love this play. Next up, Jonas Valanciunas against Brooklyn, Bigs against Brooklyn. He's 7-7, gets about 28 to 29 minutes a game. Points per minute monster, 38, 40 in his last two, guys. Just think if they gave this man like 35 minutes, like it'd be insane. But yeah, Valanciunas, I mean, a big price difference between him and Jokic. So you want to pay down, you want to be a little contrarian, get him in there. Montrezl had a horrible night, guys. Absolute. This whole game, that whole Laker game was horrible. I'm so glad I faded it. Um, but yeah, he's priced up too. I don't like 7.5 Montrezl, especially if AD plays. If AD's out, I still don't know if I like that price tag for Montrezl. I think that's too much. More of a FanDuel play. He's $1,300 less on FanDuel. Rudy Gobert should have himself a day too. Going up against OKC, I don't know who's going to stop him. They had Steven Adams, but no more. He's only 7.4K. And for 7.4K, guys, you're getting somebody who's getting mid 40s in his last two games. 29, 28 minutes, too. We all know what he's known for, right? He's great defensive skills, blocks, steals, you name it. Rudy Gobert is very solid at 7.4. I would much rather go here than Montrezl. Next up, Christian Wood should get the start again, should get 40 minutes again, right? If they're down to a 9-man rotation, 7-2, this is just an automatic plug and play. Even though he's going up against Jokic, guys, he still should get one of them last two games, 49, 54 fantasy points. Should be very similar, guys. Jokic's really more of an offensive player, in my opinion. Some say he plays very good defense. I tend to disagree, but it's all in the eye of the beholder. But yeah, Christian Wood at 7.2, definitely worth a look. Nurkic, 6.8K, is back to his normal minutes, it looks like. Last game he played 34 minutes, 37 fantasy points. So he still has a little rust on him, but he gets the Lakers, guys. And last time against the Lakers, he got 51 fantasy points. Big centers always do good against the Lakers, especially if AD's out. Nurkic should absolutely have a game, and he's only 6.8K, guys. Next up, Mason Plumlee. So Detroit will be missing Blake Griffin. They're down to two key guys. I forgot who the other one was, guys. I forgot who. It'll hit me. It's been a long weekend, guys. A long holiday weekend. But Mason Plumlee at 5.7. Absolutely love this play. The price, he's too cheap. He should get a bump in minutes, too. He's gotten 32 minutes the last two games. He should get about at least 35. Should be a good game against Atlanta. I'm kind of looking forward to this one. But yeah, 29, 33 fantasy points, 32 minutes a game, probably 35 now. So yeah, probably, look for about 33, 35 fantasy points. Mason Plumlee at 5.7. Get him in there, guys. Let's see. I'm not even messing around with these guys because center's so stacked. I don't think you have to go dumpster diving this late. All right, so let's go to Don't You Dare Be Sour. Clap your hands and feel the power. Power forward, guys. I know that's my introduction. If you're new, guys, first of all, hit that subscribe button, guys. I'd really appreciate it. It helps me out so much. Hit the thumbs up and leave a comment down below. Y'all been way too quiet lately. I want to hear what you guys have to say. I appreciate it. Thank you all very much. So let's go to power forward. All right, so Kevin Durant, for some reason, is only 8.6. I don't get it. Going up against Memphis, ranked 23rd in the league against power forwards, guys. That's way too cheap for KD. 33 minutes. I mean, most of the games, either they're blowing out somebody or they're getting blown out, right? Hopefully Memphis keeps it close. 8.6 is way too cheap for KD, who's normally like around 9K. 900 more on FanDuel. So definitely more of a DraftKings play. But KD at 8.6, guys, get him in there. He's got 50, 60 point upside. Montrezl, we already went over. I'm going to take another stab here at Bojan Bogdanovic from Utah, guys. He's only 5'6". As long as he's under 6K, I'll continue to take my stabs. He gets the start. He gets 33 to 35 minutes a game. It's just he's kind of scoring dependent, right? If his shots are dropping, he starts catching that fire, guys. He can definitely break a slate. And OKC is not very good against power forwards, only 25th in the league, guys. So, yeah, Bojan for 5'6", get him in there. He should get about 30. Next up, if you want to take some shots with Michael Porter Jr., He's 6'5". His price has gone down. That's because he only played 23 minutes last game. So you don't know with this team, right? Um, who's going to get the minutes right here? But if you want to take some stabs at 6'5", you know his upside's really good. As long as he gets the minutes, he's in a great matchup against Houston. So last time I played him, he got 31, but 6'5", definitely GPP only. Sorry, guys. I don't know why I did that. There we go. All right. Kyle Kuzma at 6'1". I don't even want to pay that if AD misses. I think we can do better. Now, Jeremy Grant should get the start, should get tons of minutes. So this isn't point chasing, guys. He's only 5.9K. Again, no Blake Griffin. So 42 minutes last game, 53 fantasy points. What a difference, huh? From his old team, from Denver. But yeah, guys, he should again get the same amount of minutes. Will he have 53 again? I don't know. Probably not. I mean, but if he does, I wouldn't be surprised. It's Atlanta, guys. It's the Hawks. So Jeremy Grant at 5'9" should be chalky, but if not, definitely, you know, y'all wouldn't know what to do. Chalky guys, you put them in cash games. Guys that are low owned, put them in GBPs. That's the way it goes. But yeah, guys, Jeremy Grant, get him in there. $200 cheaper on FanDuel too. So both sites are they're nice. Next up, Darius Baisley. This up and comer right here. He's only 5'7". 32 minutes last game, 37 fantasy points. Points per minute monster, guys. Going up against Utah. That's too cheap. $100 more on FanDuel. Darius Baisley. Get him in there at 5'7". Next up, Kyle Anderson. 5.1K. Kind of cheap, right? He's really, for this price tag, honestly, yeah, I'd like it better if he was in the 4K range, but 36 minutes last game, 46 fantasy points. Will that happen again? No, it won't. Normally gets almost 30 minutes, though. He's been pretty consistent this year so far. So, 5'1", Kyle Anderson, I think it's either boom or bust, guys. But you got to take chances, man. Scared money don't make money. You know what I'm saying? Next up, DeAndre Hunter, 4.8K. I'd rather play him before I play like Cam Reddish, because Hunter's got more upside, in my opinion. He gets the start. He played 35 minutes last game, 39 fantasy points. You know, he's another one of them guys you just hit or miss, but when you're paying only 4.8, you can't really complain. $400 cheaper on FanDuel. DeAndre Hunter, guys, get him in there. I mean, for a 5-game slate, there's a lot of good value. Then you got Jashawn Tate, 4.1K. Should get a good run with this Houston team that's down 9 guys, right? Down to 9. He's only 4.1K. Played 37 minutes. Just had a bad game. 23 fantasy points. He's a rookie, guys. Now, if they give him 37 minutes again for 4.1, I don't know how you can pass that up. I just don't know. Hopefully he got those butterflies and nervousness out and he's good to go, guys. Jashawn Tate, 4.1K. Get him in there. And let's see. That's going to do it for power forward. Let's go to small forward. All right. So Karis LeVert at 6'6", even with Spencer Dinwiddie not playing, we can do better than that, guys. We can do better. Let's see here. We already went over Porter, Grant, Dylan Brooks, Garth Brooks' illegitimate son here. Only 5.5K. Like I always say, he does really well in the beginning of the season. Very, very consistent. 30, 33 minutes, 29, 34 fantasy points, guys. Again, he's always priced too cheap, in my opinion. But yeah, look at his FanDuel price. He's $1,800 cheaper on FanDuel. But I think he's viable on both sides, guys. Dylan, Garth Brooks, get him in there. Let's see. Josh Jackson. He should get more minutes. Should is the key word. Should. 4.2K. Another consistent guy. Only got 18 minutes last game, but before that he had 28. So I'm looking for probably another 28-minute game out of him. With that's the case, you're looking probably at about 30 fantasy points or more. So don't forget about Josh Jackson, guys. He goes overlooked a lot. He's only 4.2K. I've been on him since the beginning of the season. So just saying. And I always had him at like single-digit ownership. Next up, David Nwaba should get the start again if you want to, take a shot at 3-7. Got 26 minutes. And Nwaba, we know what he can do. So, again, he had a bad game. If he gets 26 minutes again, even 26 to 30, he should be good for 30 fantasy points. But he had a bad game. Let's see what happens. Definitely, again, scare money, don't make money, guys. You want to go for the cheaper value guys that are going to play the minutes. Let's go to shooting guard. All right, so the bearded one, James Harden, again, kind of unfadable, right? 11-2, got 79 fantasy points, 43 minutes. If he's going to play 43 minutes again against Denver, I've seen him, guys. Was it every year he has those 100-point fantasy games? That's right, 100-point fantasy games. That was those days when like Beal was out. You guys remember that if you've been playing DFS for a while. But yeah, we've been in question this year with James Harden. Is he mentally there? Is his heart in it? Because he doesn't want to be on the team. But he's got to play, right? They're paying him to play. 11-2. Hopefully that drives some ownership off. I don't know if it will because damn it, he got an 80-point fantasy game last slate. But yeah, James Harden, you got to get him in there at 11-2. But with all his value, it shouldn't be a problem. That's why you're watching the Skywalker show, because I bring you the value, guys. Let's see. Bogdanovich with Atlanta. Really love his price at 4.7. I know his upside, guys. He was doing great with Sacramento. He's now with the Hawks. He now gets about 30 minutes a game. He just needs that bust out game. I think it has something to do with like chemistry with the team. It's a new team. He's still trying to learn, the rhythm with his teammates. He's going to have that bust out game. And when he does, don't miss out. And especially at 4.7K and especially probably at low ownership, Bogdanovich, guys, from Atlanta. Get him in there. Let's see. Delion Wright, man. Here we go. One of my favorite sneaky plays of the slate, 4.6K. Played 42 minutes last game, 35 fantasy points. Delion Wright, too, is normally, I would say, a points per minute monster, but normally does pretty good with limited minutes. You give this man 40 minutes again, yes, I'm going to get him in there at 4.6K. All this value, guys, you should have no problem with getting James in. Same with George Hill, 4.5K. They didn't really mess with this price that much. I mean, it could have been worse, right? Coming off a 24-minute game, I'm kind of surprised by that. I was expecting him to get at least 30. He was chalk. He was the value chalk. He got 34 fantasy points. But yeah, definitely you can go back to the well here. 4.5K. Especially if he gets to start, guys, which I don't see why he wouldn't. But it's just a matter of will the minutes be there? So it is a little risk, but not really a risk because he's so cheap. Grayson Allen, you want to take some real stabs? 3.8K. He starts. He does start. Plays 29 to 26 minutes. It's just with Memphis, there's so much talent on that team. Because he sometimes gets left out. 19 fantasy points. So in all honesty, guys, at 3.8K, if he gets you only 20 fantasy points, you should be fine with that. And I think it's very safe, guys. So Grayson Allen, get him in there. Sound like a goddamn country singer, that name. Let's see. All right. Let the others play like Cam Reddish. Sound like a damn vegetable. I don't know how anyone can ever play that man with his 12-point fantasy having ass. Let's go to point guard. All right. So 10-3. I'm not paying 10-3 for Dame dollars. Trae Young's going to play at 9.5. A couple of 50 burgers in his last two games. 35, 25 minutes in his last two. Should be a competitive game with Detroit. So you try and fit Harden, trying to fit Trae Young. You can do it with all this value, guys. Get him in there. Kyrie against Memphis, 9K. I love Kyrie, guys. I love this guy. Projected to get 40. It's just playing Brooklyn this year. You hope to God it stays close because look what he's done to these poor guys. 64, 67, 53, 42. 9K. If you can't quite make Trae Young, Kyrie Irving, I'm kind of leaning more on Irving on this slate, just in my gut, guys. And I think his ownership will be lower too than Trae Young, but we'll see. But I absolutely love this next play, guys. John Morant is only 8.3K. I think he outscores both of them. I think John Morant outscores Irving and Trae Young, guys. Again, 8.3K. You know what you're getting with him. Over 30 minutes a game, 40 to 60 fantasy points against Brooklyn. Hopefully his ownership is low because he gets no respect. With John Morant, that's won me already so much money this season. I almost said this series. I'm so tired. My God. I'm gonna sleep good tonight though. I'll tell you what. John Morant, get him in there, guys, at 8.3K. Pair him up with James. James. We already went over Delion Wright, George Hill. Not really digging any of this lower tier point guards. So yeah, favorite is John Morant at 8.3, like I said, guys. And out of these two, probably Kyrie, then Trae Young in that order. And so it's a 20-minute video. Let's go over real quick because this is Draft Dashboard, guys, the best optimizer on the planet. It's only $1 for 30 days. This is the position optimizer, and you got GBP and cash. Let's throw a lineup together real quick, just off the fly, right? So let's put James down here. Let's see who we can fit. And I like Josh Jackson's good. We're $10,000 over budget, so that's kind of we can't fit Kyrie too. We can't fit Trae Young also, so don't panic. So power forward, I do like Hunter, but let's see what else we can do. Jeremy Grant at 5'9" is way too cheap. Center, Christian Wood, Nurkic's only 6'8". Mason Plumlee, 5'7". Guards, let's go down here. George Hill's good value. Nwaba, Grayson Allen, 3'8". Let's see if we can't fit George Hill here. All right, so now we're talking. Now we're talking turkey. All right, I do like Bogdanovich, but him or Dylan Brooks, I'd probably stay with Bogdanovich. And then Trae Young, we can't afford it, so we're gonna go down a little bit here, so we can get to the four. We can go Delion Wright. Boom. So yeah, James Harden, John Morant, Josh Jackson, Jeremy Grant, Mason Plumlee, George Hill, Bogdan, and Delion Wright. Let's go to FanDuel real quick. See what we can't do over here. So let's see. Point guards. Let's see. Definitely Ja. Ja and Kyrie would be hard to fit. You can do George Hill over here. We already got James in here. So that's good. Delion Wright for some value. We're under now, which is fine. We got Josh Jackson. We got DeAndre Hunter. You can go KD here, Michael Porter, like Jeremy Grant. And then down here at power forward, Christian Woods 8-1. That's a hefty price tag, but you know what? We only have to lose $600. Not a problem. We can figure something out. Kuzma's actually in play at 4-2. If AD is out on FanDuel only. FanDuel only, guys. Baisley's 5'8". Let's get Baisley, and then so center you're gonna have to pay down, which is fine. We can go Plumlee. Boom. And we're under. So John Morant, George Hill, Delion Wright, James Harden, Josh Jackson, Jeremy Grant, Christian Wood, Baisley, and Plumlee. I think that's a winner, guys. But yeah, this is Draft Dashboard. It's only $1 for 30 days. Click on the link in the description below. You yourself can have Draft Dashboard, guys. You get access to all my saved lineups, all my player pools, including NHL coming up, lineup optimizer, which is what we just saw, the player trends, the sleepers and studs, the position optimizer, which is what we just did. We broke down every single player. And then the NBA cheat sheet, guys, because if you can't win, cheat. Got the best studs, best mid-tier, best value. This is Draft Dashboard. And don't forget, guys, come join the club. We're growing by the couple dozen every single day right now. This is a DFS movement because we're the cheapest and nobody can compete with us because you know why? They're all too greedy. All right. Come join the club, guys. Best thing going right now. These members only podcasts are just money in the bank. I have fun doing them. Space is in there with me doing them. Space helps me out so much. I was telling the guys in there before, like before we even started the DFS club, like Space, myself, even the Whispers would bounce off. We'd be on our phones like before the slate and like, who are we going to play, you know? But now we're doing it with the whole, community of people. So come check us out, guys. DFSclub.com. And that's going to do it, guys. So I'm going to say a prayer for everybody. God bless you. God bless your families. God bless your pets. And say it with me one time. Let's get this bread. Don't take shit from nobody. Absolutely nobody. And if you're new, please subscribe. That would help me out so much. Thumbs up and leave me a freaking comment for Christ's sakes, people. You guys have been too quiet. I miss you guys. So come holler. Let me know how your holidays were. Let me know how you're doing. And I'd love to hear from you guys. My name's Gabriel Skywalker. I'm out, y'all. Peace.